Hi, this is Michael Nelson. Today I'm going to talk about building blocks for small business growth. Marketing and consistent growth is challenging. If you don't have a system that works, or if your flow isn't that good, you find yourself spending more time, probably more money, trying to market to capture new customers to fill your business, or to grow, or to sell your products. And that time comes from just only a few places. It's going to come from time that you could otherwise be using to work with clients. It's going to come from time that you could be used to be developing new products or improving what you have. Or it comes from your free time. And none of those is really a good option. That's not why we chose to be business owners, to stress out about sales and marketing. We want to deliver great value and build something of value in our business. So this is a problem not just, say, if you're a solopreneur, a one-person shop, or you're just a few people, or you even have grown to the point where you've got a nice sized small business running. It's a problem across the board. What's needed is a clear path to more sales, to easier marketing that delivers you the goals that you're looking for while you're delivering value to your clients. And just like any team, whether it's a sports team or any other team that you have, if all the elements of the team aren't working together to move you towards your goal, then that means everyone's kind of, moving in different directions, and hopefully you assemble up there at the goal that you're trying to reach. But you need first and foremost to align everyone towards the goals you're looking for around a system that's going to take you there. The building blocks I'll talk about today are a great way to build a clear path to your goals and coordinate the efforts of your business towards that goal in a particular way. So if you get these right, it will help you increase your growth, coordinate all of your efforts towards that growth, which means you can grow a little bit quicker, a little bit less expensively, and more predictably. And it'll help you keep from chasing your tail in circles, trying things, and perhaps abandoning them before you find out really if they're going to work or not. Investing in different courses, investing in different methodologies, trying to advertise here, trying to advertise there without really knowing if it's working, etc. These 4 foundational pieces will help set you on that path. The 4 foundational elements I'm talking about are all the ones that I build all of my marketing on, that I use with all of my clients, that I've incorporated in my Growth Hacking Hero course, because they work. If you get these right to start with, everything else that you do is going to have a much higher chance of succeeding. And it's not just with your sales and marketing. This will help your overall business. That said, what's the first one? This seems incredibly obvious, but a lot of people get it wrong. And that is, sell stuff people want. That means your product, your service, whatever it is you're offering, meets the needs for your particular marketplace. You know the problem that you solve, whether it's helping them reach a desired goal or eliminate a pain point, and you're able to clearly identify how your product takes care of that problem, and you're able to find a market that's big enough and that's willing to pay the price point that you have that lets you grow a business. And the next one is solve a problem. And I alluded to this in the first one. But your offering has to solve a problem. If it's just window dressing, it's really hard to sell, and it's hard to sell predictably, and it's hard to sell when the economy moves up and down or when it isn't seasonal. But you need consistent growth, and that means you have to solve problems. You can find more variations than you can probably count on studies that have been done about why people buy things. You can look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs and, these social triggers, sociological triggers, whatever it might be. But I like to keep things simple, and when I look at it, it comes down to really 2 things people will pay for. Number 1, they want to reach a goal. They're not able to do it. They need a tool to either help them do it faster, increase their odds to get there, whatever it is. But they have a need or a desire to reach a compelling desire. Or they have a pain point, whatever it might be. And by pain, I don't mean physical pain. I mean, it's a pain that something isn't working. They want to reach a goal and they can't because they've got a sticking point. And you can solve that. You can eliminate that pain for them. Those 2 things will mostly encompass everything else that you'll hear about why people buy things. And it's important for you to understand what those things are so that you can articulate them and tell your customers and prospects and not make them try and figure it out on their own. And the third is know who your market is. We talked about this. In fact, I just did a video on how to use a free tool within Facebook to figure out all sorts of details about your market, where they hang out, who they are likely to be following on the internet, both websites and pages. What do they read? What are their demographics? If the more you know about your market, the more you're able to message to them, the more you know about the size, the more you know about how to reach them with different advertising vehicles, the more you can control costs because you're not trying to hit everyone when it's just a small group that is necessary to target. So you have to know who your customers are. And if you think about everything we've talked about so far, it's all flowing together. You sell stuff that people want, you solve a problem, and you know who the problem is solved for by knowing your market. And the last one is, don't sell stuff with added gimmicks. And this is a challenge because when we develop products as the business owners, we have a lot of pride. We've put a lot of our heart, our soul, our passion, our thought, etc., oftentimes our money into developing something. And there's a tendency to try and develop something that just does everything. But if you go back to number 2 on our list of solving problems, we only really want to focus on the elements of what we're selling that solves problems. The rest of it ends up being just sort of fluff that we're proud of and maybe looks neat, but when they actually start to use what you're selling, those things just sort of get ignored. But the problem with them is, when customers look at it, they say, yeah, I've got this problem and this solves my problem, but it does all these other things too. So it only costs $100, but I'm only using 2 of like 8 features. So maybe I'll look somewhere else and see if I can find something that only has those 2 things that actually solve my problem. It's like trying to sell someone a Swiss Army knife when all they need is the scissors. You really just want to include exactly what it takes to solve the problem. And so in this video, we've just talked about the 4 elements that you want to make sure that you have in place to build the foundation of your marketing and sales, as well as how to focus your entire company. And those are: sell stuff people want, solve a problem, know who your clients and customers and market is, and don't add gimmicks. Get those 4 right. You can do a lot of the work inside your company, inside your head if it's just you. But the easiest way to find some of this stuff out is ask people. If you're just starting out, ask people who would be potential clients for you. What do you think of this? What would this solve for you? What would you do with it? Let them play with it, work with them, do a free 1-hour session with them and work through some things in return for some information. But find out through working with your customers, through working with your prospects, the answers to these questions. Don't think that you can sit in a room and think them all up by yourself and be accurate. You want to make sure that they pass the test of usage. And then once you have these in place, your marketing messages start to flow from it. The marketing that you use starts to become a little bit more clear. What vehicle do you use? Is it newspapers, in traditional marketing? In some cases, that's a great way to go. Most cases, no. Is it Facebook ads? They're the most economical way to target exactly who you want that's out there right now, but people tend to shun them because they're not necessarily so easy to learn. But these will help you, and they'll also help you with your strategy. When you're trying to put together, what do you want? How do you want to grow? How big do you want to get? How soon do you want it to happen? How much can you expand in a particular time frame, and how much will that cost you in time, money, effort, etc.? This is going to be a great foundation for you to do it. It won't take you long. It just takes a little bit of thinking and then going out and testing that thinking. If you'd like to learn more, get a little bit more in depth and a little bit more around hands-on how to implement, feel free to grab my free condensed version of the content that's in my Growth Hacking Hero course. It's a 3-part video series and handbook, and it'll help you go through all of this and create a system for yourself that will work in your business. And people ask me all the time, why am I giving away everything that's in my course? And I say, a lot of people will be able to do this on their own. And I think that's fantastic. If you can take this information and make an improvement in your business and get closer to your goals, that makes my day. But other people are going to want to work with someone that can help them do this quickly, that can work with them to fill in their knowledge gaps. And so I'm not eliminating my customer market by doing this at all. I'm helping as many people as I can. Click on the link below. You'll see a pop-up, fill in your email, and you'll have the course on your way to you. And please share this on social media. Let's help get the message out and help as many small business owners as possible. Thanks. I hope you have a wonderful day.